Today we are at Catalyst Business Partners with the co-founder of the company, Mr. Amol Awasthi. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Siddha.
So, Mr. Amol, you have been the co-founder at Catalyst Business Partners for almost 23 years. In your experience, how has your journey been so far and what changes have you seen since then?
Our journey has been actually amazing. It's been a great ride. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. And of course, the tech landscape has changed completely from the time we started, right? So when we started, people were all about keeping their data to themselves, keeping the data only with them, not even letting our consultants actually try and take a look at what exists. Today, everybody is moving to cloud. They are willing to part with their data as long as it is securely stored in places where they can easily access, right? The consumer information and what they digest, the capacity and the appetite for that has greatly improved. When we started, they used to be looking at consultants or at people who are coming in at the vendors to guide them on how to actually set out their strategies, what they should do. Today, the consumer is a lot more aware, thanks to easily accessible information across the net. They actually educate themselves a lot more. They know what they want, and they know what they should be paying for it more than anything else. Right? So I think what we have seen is greater awareness, which actually really helps us as a systems integrator to actually go out and do our work.
So talking about consumers, people, their needs, so that brings us to the very major event, that is GITEX Global, where people can share what they need, companies can share what they expect. So can you share your experience of this year GITEX Global and what were some of the key insights you took into account?
I think this year's GITEX Global has been the biggest that it has ever been. And I think every year, GITEX as an expo actually starts growing more and more, which is great to see because a lot more people want to come here, want to experience what technologies are out there in the market. This year, of course, it was based a lot more on AI, right? AI and security are the two most forefront topics on anybody's lips today. And the kind of innovations we've seen, especially in the two sectors that we work in, one is on the application side, specifically Oracle, and then cybersecurity is what AI is actually really bringing out the best that we can expect from the market.
So as Catalyst Business Partner serves many industries, can you explain how you tailor your solutions to meet the unique demands of all the different industries?
Every industry is very specific, but has a very generic framework, right? So on one level, they all operate within a certain norms. But then if you, for example, if I look at it from an Oracle applications point of view, right? Every industry will have their own certain chart of accounts in the finance, right? They have their own nuances. They will have their own taxation systems, what the governments give them, grant them, and all of those. So we actually have to go and sit down with the customer and also have our own expert within that industry, business expert within that industry specifically, who can actually help us tailor the solution, customize the solutions, and find the best fit for each customer.
Thank you, Mr. Amol. So can you explain about how Catalyst products enable businesses to harness IoT technology and connectivity?
This is a very interesting question because, which is now called IoT, we've been dealing with it since, I would say, 2007 or 2008, when it was embedded technology, right? We actually work a lot with our partners who are experienced in IoT, in connecting the devices to the data, right? A lot of companies, for example, if you take, we're in the Middle East, so oil and gas, they would want to know what is the best way for them to figure out their storage at any given point of time. Before IoT, embedded technologies, whatever it is called, connected devices came into play, they literally had to go manually take a look at the tanks, figure out what's happening. Now we can use the sensors and we can actually capture that data directly and feed it into their supply chain management and warehouse solutions, which can actually tell them exactly which tank at any point of time has how much storage.
So as you just mentioned about different industries, now I want to know a kind of similar question about customers. So the needs of customers are also changing.
Yes.
So how do you tailor to those needs?
Needs of the customers are changing dramatically. They are expecting more. They are expecting to be given solutions that help them make real-time decisions. So again, for us, it's a very simple fact where we go into the customer, we will take a time, we'll sit them down, we'll ask for their expectations, right? That for us is where the beginning is, because we as a systems integration company are not their vendors. We consider ourselves their partners, right? So we have to go in, we have to either say yes to all the expectations, or we have to say, okay, these are the expectations which we can deliver. These are which are not feasible today, can be feasible in the future with the way the technology is expanding and changing, and then customize each of the solutions for them. Now, one of the things about cloud is that it allows you for a minimum amount of customizations. And that's where the customers are also getting more, informed, where if they want to change over to a system, then they know that there are going to be certain changes and they're going to have to follow certain industry norms which are in place. So that actually makes our life a lot more easier and helps us to.
So with cybersecurity being a major concern, organizations are still thinking if they should focus on prevention or detection. So how do Catalyst products ensure data protection and robust threat management?
Most of our products now that we work with are in the line of zero-day attack prevention. One of the products I'll give you an example of, I'm not going to name any products and do that, but one of the products that I'll give you an example of sits within it's a little bit more technical, but within the memory of a system, right? It will do the memory map. And if there is any operation that is being performed, which is outside of that, it will stop that. That is real-time, zero-day attack prevention. We always feel prevention is better than the cure. It's always been the case. That was the case for the medical jargon. Now it is the case for the IT. So we always feel that the sooner the customers can get their cybersecurity in play, the better it is. And to make it robust, they have to have not only the right products, but the correct protocols and the correct policies in place too.